Okay, so we are super excited. We're about to depart on a new big adventure for the weekend, and we're flying to Hazyview airfield and staying at Hotel Numbi, which is at the airfield, and from there we want to explore the most scenic places in South Africa, like Graskop, God's Window and the Blyde Canyon. As a matter of fact, I think Blyde Canyon is probably the most iconic scenic spot in South Africa, but we'll see, and we'll give you more information on what exactly our plans are during the course of this video. So we've done the briefing before, but basically we're gonna take off in that direction, and if we have a problem, I'm gonna firstly, if it's possible, I'm gonna try to land back on the runway if there's enough runway left. If there's not enough runway left and there's a complete engine failure, then we're gonna land more or less straight ahead to the left or right. I'm gonna choose the smoothest surface to land on. A couple of things: I might ask you to open your door, and I might ask you to grab the first aid kit. It's under your water bottle.
Okay.
Speed's alive. RPM. Good. I can feel we are heavy. Okay. But we are also light. We're going to stay in ground effect, pick up speed. Okay, climbing out. Just want to get some height before we turn out. Climbing very slow. And now we're getting the updraft. So guess what? We do not have a headwind.
Lovely. Eerste keer ooit.
Fluid speed 97, ground speed 100. So it's a little bit of a tailwind. So we basically need to clear this ridge in front of us. I think the highest point is something like 7,400 foot, more or less to our left. I'm going to try to make it at 8,000. But the wind is from behind. That means we're going to get updrafts on this side, which is a good thing. So that's going to help us up. And on the other side, it's going to be downdrafts, but then it doesn't matter. If the wind had been from the front, and we tried to cross the ridge, that means we're going to be in downdrafts on the lee side of the mountain. And then you need to be very high, or you might not make it over the mountain. It might also be the highest the Bush Baby has ever been, which is now 8,100 feet. 8,100 feet, and look how close we are to the ground. About just more than 1,000 feet AGL, and the density altitude at 8,100 feet now is 9,800 feet.
I'm aware, hoe cool is dit? What? Yes, this boy, man.
Hazyview traffic in Juliet Charlie on our left hand downwind for runway 19er, full stop landing. Alright, so we've arrived at Hazyview. We even got a hang reach for the plane, which is of course very awesome. So yeah, now we're just taking all our baggage to the hotel where we're going to stay. Well, I suppose we're going to check in first, and then yeah, we'll show you a little bit more what this place looks like.
Okay. You have to join us for dinner tonight. We have a buffet from 7 to 9. We arrived a little early, so couldn't check into our room immediately.
the hotel restaurant doesn't serve lunch, but we had some drinks and the staff were kind enough to order us some food from town while we waited for our room to be ready. So this is our room at Little Pilgrims. Very nice. We had some delicious dinner before heading off to bed to rest for the busy day of flying the next day. Okay, so we're going to do 2 flights today. This afternoon we're going to explore the Blider Canyon area, but the flight we're going to do this morning is around the God's Window Graskop area. So basically we are at 1,700 feet at Hazyview, and to get to over some of these areas we need to be at least 7,500 feet. So we can't fly directly there. We do not have the climb performance, so we're going to do sort of a zigzag approach to Gainite. So we're going to start by just flying to the Injaka Dam, then towards the escarpment and along the escarpment. We're going to try to do it below the escarpment if the winds are favorable, and then we're going to start climbing to fly around Mount Sheba, back overhead Graskop, and then back to Hazyview. So this is where she slept last night, at this huge hangar, all for herself. This is quite a nice field, but I'll definitely call this an intermediate field, because you see there's a wall right there and there's some electric fencing right there, so there's no overrun on the sides of the runway. Hazyview traffic in Juliet Charlie, lining up for takeoff runway 01. The RPM is good, airspeed's alive, I can feel the power. And we're flying. The ground effect. And we're climbing out. Over at the shopping centre. I can definitely feel the extra power being close to sea level. The air is so smooth, unbelievable. So this is the Injaka Dam. Low level traffic, Graskop area, India Juliet Charlie, which may be overhead the Injaka Dam at 4,500 feet, routing to God's Window, India Juliet Charlie. Okay, so there's not a lot of wind. But it does seem to be coming over the mountain, so there might be downdrafts and rotors, so we're going to be careful. We're not going to cross it, obviously we're going to fly along the escarpment. If there's rotor or downdrafts, we're just going to escape down the valley, or down this way, which is the train lowers that way. No downdrafts at all. Might actually be a little updraft. There's even a few decent spots to land if we have an engine out over there.
Guys. Some downdrafts, but it's still controllable. Only about 200 feet a minute. Oh, never mind. We're climbing. It is absolutely amazing though.
So the Graskop Gorge, where they do that zip lining and stuff, is just in here.
Oh, that's pretty
I
cool.
can't go too close, but I'll just stay on the edge of the boundary of the reserve. But you'll see it over there now.
Maybe we will actually see somebody going off.
That's maybe, I don't know.
I can't go too close, I'll have to turn back.
Okay. Oh yeah, obviously because of what's in
Obviously,
front of us.
because there's
Yeah.
a wall in front of us. You can see the house there.
Oh yeah.
Not the house, the structure.
Okay, ja, you can. Wanneer begin ons draai?
Now.
Arctic glacier, so cold in nature. That brick you threw bounced off me and flew back at you. I'm gonna love you anyway.
Alright, now we're going to hit the back falls. I think falls might be over there. It's going to fly a bit this way, so we can see it out of your window. It's supposed to be somewhere just to the right of us.
Unless it's not running there.
It should be.
Okay.
This area doesn't really dry up that
Connected
much.
traffic out of what
Could be, I think it could be on that side over there.
So 10.
I can't see it. I'm not
No, I
really
don't
sure what
see
I'm looking out
anything.
for.
Stopping in the Cesar corridor for
Well, there's no water whatsoever, unless it's that.
Routing to
No, no,
Malamala
no.
607.
No idea what it looks like.
It's right here on my right hand. You see it?
I think it's actually more that way.
Okay.
There's a waterfall in front of us there,
Yeah, that I can see.
and we won't be able to go straight over the mountain. We're going to need to circle a bit to gain height. I think I'm going to right-hand circle that way. Then we can see what's over there, and we can climb a bit.
Okay.
Because we still need 1,500 feet before we can clear these
Okay.
Stopping in the Cesar corridor
ridges.
for
We're still climbing at least about 150 feet per minute. I'm not full power.
Yes, that's cool. That is good.
Very. Alright, we can proceed in that direction. We're high enough. And mountain flying 101, never cross ridges 90 degrees like that. Because if you have trouble and you're not high enough and there's downdrafts, you can't turn around.
Oh, okay.
So always cross it at 45 degrees to one side.
Okay.
Because if you realize you can't make it, then you just turn a little bit and
Go
turn back.
Okay.
It's pretty.
Bright pads on bare legs, you're like Charlie Horsing. Cheap trick you played. I love you in a big.
Is hierdie bome wat gebrand het? Of is dit bome wat hulle
Yeah,
afgekap
it's not a logging area. It was cut.
Stopping in the public stand area for the
Well, I needed to print this
off of Manileti.
map, so they needed to chop down that tree so I can print this map.
First it will be routing east of Aratisa to turn on the right down in the
True story.
Hot pan on young skin, so cold, old friend.
Okay, so all these bald spots is all chopped off. Right?
Correct.
Oh, why?
So I can print my map.
Yeah, but there's not going to be anything left if they're going to keep on going on.
Well, I think the majority of these are planted actually. I don't think it's natural trees. Correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not sure, but you can see them growing over here. They're planted. And then we're going to do a cliff dive. Yeehaw! So the place we're going to cliff dive is directly in front of us. We're going to go down like that and just be ready. Cliff dive. I can't go more this direction because this is a nature reserve. Woohoo! No cars, no people, nothing. That was fun. And we we couldn't have asked for better weather, because if it was very windy, we might not have been able to do that, because there might have been rotor, but that's why I paid a lot of attention to the wind this whole flight.
Next. Ach, nee.
Right.
Vergeet ek van my.
Hazyview traffic in Julia Charlie, final approach runway 19er, full stop landing. Snel slippy.
Alright, so we just got back from our morning flight. It was very, very beautiful. We loved it a lot. Yeah, so now we are just going to do a couple of things. I need to fuel the airplane, so for this afternoon's flight. So we're going to get fuel, come back, fuel the plane, and then after that we'll probably just relax a bit till maybe about 3 p.m. this afternoon, when we'll come back and do the afternoon flight to the Blyder Canyon, which I think is going to be a very nice one.